Alrighty, hello and welcome. This is BP Productions podcast where we share life, share stories, and encourage others. I am your host, Bruce Isaac Pineda, and I'm super excited, guys. This is episode number 7 of 7. We finally made it. That was my goal since the beginning. We started this podcast, again, on episode 1, of course. But we started this podcast not knowing where it was going to end up, not knowing what it was going to be. And I'm just super excited just to be here because, it's been a little bit of a journey. I've tried a lot of different things, social media wise, but this one has been one of the funnest things. Funnest, is that a word? One of the best things I've done. And before I introduce my guest here, guys, let me just run through some announcements real quick. This will only be found on youtube.com. I'm trying to grow that channel as much as I can. So it's not going to be on any other podcast platforms, just YouTube. And again, I'm going to grow that channel. So subscribe, like, comment. If you have anything to share, drop it down below, and I'll respond to you, definitely. Next thing, guys, this is episode number 7 and the finale. After this, I'll be able to decide whether I want to continue this or take another path, but this is going to wrap it up, and just super excited. So, without further ado, I am going to introduce my special guest by the name of ShannonPineda. Oh, Shannon Ibarra.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Shannon is my sister. I've known her my entire life of 23 years. But anyways, super excited to bring her on. Shannon has been one of my biggest supporters since day one, and I'm very appreciative of that. She's the one who encouraged me to do this podcast and encouraged me to keep on going with different people on here. And just super excited to have her on. Super excited to have her on the finale. Just going to have a good time, guys. We're going to talk about a few topics. I'll get into those in a little bit. Motherhood, beauty standards, and overcoming adversity. I think this is going to be a really good one. I'm going to hear Shannon's input, and super excited. But first, Shannon, let's just hear about a little bit about you. You are my sister, and
your favorite sister.
Favorite sister. I ain't going to answer that question.
Okay.
Anyways, you have 2 daughters.
Yes.
What are their names?
Scarlett and Sophia.
Scarlett and Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
What ages?
6 and 3.
6 and 3.
Yeah.
And you are married to Angel, which they've seen Angel before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How long has that been going on for?
So we've been together for 11 years.
11 years.
11 years, yes.
Yeah. How's that feel?
Makes me feel old.
Yeah.
Makes me feel old.
You said Scarlett was 6, right?
Yeah.
And Sophia was 3?
It's 3, yeah.
Okay. I get so confused sometimes. You know on their ages?
I know you do.
I really
keep
do.
Thinking
you know
one
why?
Of them was 2.
No, why? Give me some grace here. I think I figured out why. Here it is. I'm around kids almost every single day with my other job, right?
Okay.
And with that, I learn their ages, their names, and not saying that they're more important than my nieces, but that I get all their ages mixed up, and not their names, but all their ages mixed up, and I somehow mumble jumble that. So that's why I keep asking, like, oh, how old's Scarlett? Oh, I thought she was 7 years old. You know, I thought Sophia was like 4 or 5 at one point. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
sure.
that. But anyways, all right, Shannon. So we're just going to jump straight into it. Motherhood, all right? Mm-hmm. And ready for the loaded question? All right. Mm-hmm. What does it mean to be a mother? What does it mean to be a mom?
Okay. It means to be a mom is to be someone loving. Uh-huh. Someone patient, kind, somebody that you can, your mom should be the person that you go to, like that should be your comfort zone. That should be somebody that is never going to judge you. Is always going to walk you into the right path. Uh-huh. I guess. Yeah. That's what I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I guess that title mom, it's a very, we all use it, right? That title mom, mm-hmm. But I'm sure I've heard there's more substance to mother than rather mom. And what I mean by that is that I've heard the notion of anybody can be a mom, but not everyone can be a mother. Do you believe that's true? Have you ever heard that before?
I've never heard about that. No.
Meaning that, like, it takes more to be a mother, to, like, the things you said about being there for your kid, about guiding your kid, right? I mean, because you can have a mom. I can have a mom all day, but if she don't help me, if she don't guide me, if she don't lead me in the right path, if she's out, you know.
Like if she just birthed you and then raised you till 18 and kicked you out.
Exactly.
Like that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like that's my mom, but is she really that mother to me? Was she that nurturing mother to me? Did she take care of me? Did she walk with me? You know, did she raise me, nurture me, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right. So you believe that notion though? But not everybody. Yeah. Can be. Not everyone is a mother.
Correct. Yeah.
And a mom. Yeah.
And a mom. Yeah.
That's confusing, huh?
No, it's confusing. Yeah, but I mean, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said Scarlett was 6 years old. So that means you had her 6 years ago. Amazing. How was that? I mean, becoming a mom, right? I mean, that's such a big thing. I mean, I don't have any kids, but I'm around kids every single day, and I only have them for a good maybe 3-4 hours a day. But to have a kid full time, and you know, when you first become a mom, you know, your whole world shifts, especially if you haven't been around kids, if you haven't had the opportunity to grow with them. Yeah. You know, how was that for you?
So I got pregnant at 19.
Uh-huh.
And we were living in Washington at the time. Everybody was living together. And I had her at 20. So, okay. So at 19, you know, obviously I wasn't the best person. You know, I wasn't very nice to Melanie and Jenna. Gave mom a hard time still. Yeah. And you and I would bump heads a lot, you know. So it was kind of I just felt like it was just me against the world, you know. And then I had Angel, but our relationship was like rocky. It was good, and then there was some rocky points. You know, we were still trying to figure out how to live together, figure out how to grow up. Yeah. I guess, you know? Yeah. And then when I got pregnant, it was terrifying because I was like, I don't know anything about babies. I was never around babies growing up. I don't really remember taking care of Melanie and Jenna. Yeah. You know? So, and I wasn't a kid person. You know, no. I like, yeah, kids are cute, but don't touch me. Yeah. You know, don't get next to me. Yeah. So, yeah, when I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. Yeah. I cried because I didn't know how I was going to tell mom. I mean, I wasn't like a teenager, you know, like in high school, but it was still terrifying because I was like, how am I going to do this? I'm still living with mom, you know, and I'm working at Sears, a part-time job. It was my first job. Yeah. So I was like, how? You know, like, how is this going to play out?
And what, I mean, from a scale from 1 to 10, just kind of get an effect, 10 being like you were scared out of your mind, and 1 being like, oh no, I got this. How were you at when you found out you were pregnant? 10. 10? 10. Yeah. Do you feel like that's most mothers, first time moms?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's a new experience, you know. Nobody really, I mean, you see it in movies. Yeah. But when it happens to you, nobody like really gives you like the gist of it, you know, like what to expect. Yeah. So.
No, I got you. And how was Angel when you told him that you were pregnant for the first time?
He was very happy. He was very supportive. Yeah. Yeah. He was very happy. He was the positive. He's always been the positive one, and I was the negative one. You know, I was like just thinking negative.
Thinking negative all the time. Mm-hmm. No, I gotcha. And so you said that it shifted your whole character when you had Scarlett. How long did that take?
Until I had her. Until you had her?
That's when
I, as a person, changed. I opened up my heart, I guess. Yeah. Because I guess before Scarlett, I was very closed-minded. You know, it was just me against the world. Yeah. I didn't care about other people's input. I didn't, you know, I felt like I didn't need family, you know, And then after I had Scarlett, she just opened up my heart. Like, she changed me. There was love. There was, patience. She just changed me. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, she made me into a better person.
Yeah. No, for sure. And just a little side question here. I know that you've recently gotten closer to God, correct? Yeah. Do you find that having your kids has had any correlation to your relationship with God?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scarlett started asking more questions. And I did not have the answers.
I gotcha.
I knew the gist of it, of like who God is, who Jesus is, not the simple stuff, but like the
things that you already knew.
Yes.
Yeah, to answer.
And I would tell her, because she would ask me, and then she started wanting to get into more detail about it. Like, what is God?
Yeah.
And I was like, he's not a human. I'm trying to explain it to her, but I don't even know. Like, that's what made me get more into it. I wanted to learn more.
Yeah, see God, know God.
Yeah.
And that's how you grew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And so you said motherhood was straight up scary. Was it as scary as you expected after you had her? Like, her growing up, let's just say ages from 0 to, let's jump to 3 years old. Like, was it as scary as you thought it was going to be?
No. I mean, she was not an easy baby.
No.
She didn't sleep. She wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
She was very picky. She never wanted to sleep. So she didn't give me like the easy route, but like, it was very, I had help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was there a significant moment that you were like, okay, well, this motherhood thing was, obviously it is difficult at some extent, right? Was there a specific moment where you're like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I don't have to, not necessarily give up, but give in to that doubt and fear, but rather you were like, I can do this. Was there a significant moment or a special moment that you realized that?
Maybe the whole time that I had Scarlett, because Angel not allowed me, but he let me stay home. He let me stay home, and he said, let me worry about the money.
Yeah. And
you can, I can have all my attention on raising Scarlett.
Yeah.
So I think from that moment, I had it. I didn't have to worry about going to work. I didn't have to worry about anything else, just Scarlett, doctor's appointments, and that's it. And
so then you knew you could do it, right?
Yeah.
And you weren't so afraid no more.
Right.
And so by the time Sophia came along, your second baby, were you like prepared? Yeah, you were like, all right, I got this. Like, I know what to expect now.
I wasn't scared. I think Sophie was my happiest pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. See, I want kids. I've told you that before, right? I still want kids. Obviously, got to find a wife first. So I'm just kidding. So if you know somebody. I'm kidding. No, but I want kids. I definitely want kids. But yeah, you're a really good mom. So
thank you.
I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
I'm just saying that because you're my sister. Because like you said, you weren't the nicest person in the world in the beginning. We fought a lot. We threw stuff at each other, and but you turned around. Your character turned around, and now you're seeking God and you're raising your kids in a really good home. So proud of you for that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so that leads us on to parenting, Shannon. So like with you and Angel, I know we've heard where Angel comes from in his background, and I know where you've come from in your background, and the people can just kind of look at it from my angle because, me and Shannon grew up together, right? So parenting wise, how hard is it to come together and parent a child? Meaning that like there's a certain way that I'm sure Angel's mom would discipline him. There's a certain way our mom would discipline us. How did that coordinate with each other when Scarlett did something wrong or Scarlett needed to be corrected in some sort of way? I mean, how was that? Did you guys even talk about it, or you guys just kind of went boom, boom?
We talked about it. There has been some instances like bad cop, good cop, you know, but we're still learning.
Yeah.
You know, Angel is more like a hard hand, you know, hammer, and like he's like just Angel's more strict, I guess, and I'm more patient, and I'm more lenient.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And yeah, we still bump heads on how to parent.
Yeah.
I don't know what parents have it down, if they have it down.
Yeah.
You know, but with my situation, it's still a touch and go.
Yeah.
We're still like learning to accept each other's parenting styles.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So
do you believe there's like a wrong way to parent and a right way to parent? Or do you believe that like there's just better ways to parent? I can answer that.
I mean, there's like, you know, this whole thing of gentle parenting. And then like gentle parenting is going to cause, you know, your kids to walk all over you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't, in some cases, yes, you got to spank your kid, right? I don't like to do it. I mean, I don't have to do it because I'm not saying my kids are total angels.
Yeah.
But that's the last resort. I don't like it.
Okay.
You know, and then I know you and I got like spanked as kids, and I don't like to put that fear. I don't want to put fear in my kids.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, I know if there's no fear, you're not going to get respect, some parents would say. But,
yeah, the reason I asked that question is because, again, I'm around kids, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the parenting life is at home, but I can see that some kids are way more well-behaved than the others.
Right.
And when I do get to talk to parents, I do see a difference in the way that parent handles their child, especially when they get picked up or when they get dropped off.
Yeah.
You know, I see that difference. That's why I ask you, is there like a right or wrong way, or is it just a better way to parent? Would you say it was a better, there's just always better ways?
Maybe, yeah, there is better ways. It's just, for me, it's like not, how do you say it? Not, like how we got parented, you know, like how I don't want to carry that into my kids. Okay. You know, like, hitting them, spanking them. Okay. And I don't want to bring the fear into them like that. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. You want to,
I guess there is better ways.
There's better ways. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Like you said, you and Angel come together and you guys figured out together, right? Right. And just last question on motherhood here, and parenting. Is there, so let's talk about influence. I'm switching up my questions here, but influence, right? So who has been in the motherhood category, who has been the one you've looked up to the most for guidance in that?
Grandma.
Yeah, why?
Because she was patient. She had like, to me, she was patient, you know, and then she sorry, I'm like getting all like
yeah, emotional.
Yeah. She's just very patient, you know, and she was like caring and everything a grandma should be, you know. And she always talked highly about being a parent. It's a blessing. It's a, you know, God gave you the gift to have kids. Definitely. And don't squish it, like squash it, I guess, you know. Don't treat your kids bad. Don't love them. Yeah, for sure. So the way she would see parenting, because I know she wanted a lot of kids, you know, and she only had 2, but she always told me that she wanted a lot of kids, and I can see I can see why, because kids bring the best out of you.
Yeah, for sure.
And what was your question? I don't even know what your question was.
Who has been the biggest influence in you becoming a mom?
Okay,
and
so
like developing your character. But yeah, you answered it. Yeah, grandma.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I can attest to that. You know, grandma. No, not mom was always caring too. Mom's always been caring for us. But yeah, I mean, grandma did grandma things and was nurtured and loved, and you actually spent a little bit more time with grandma than I did, or our sisters did, right?
Yeah.
At one point, so you got to see grandma in a more parenting aspect, because she was parenting you at the time at one point.
Yes.
So yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
That has gone on. So that's awesome. Beauty standards, Shannon.
Okay.
What does it mean that beauty is in the eye of the beholder? What does that mean?
I would say the person's soul.
The person's soul. Okay. And what is beauty?
To me?
To you? Yeah. What is beauty?
Beauty is someone that has a kind heart.
Okay.
You know, someone that's not no hatred in them, you know? That's just kind and always just kind. You know, like you get people that come in and they're like, oh, like judging her on how she looks, or just like, you know, beauty, I guess people would say it's how you look, how you dress, how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
But I think it's like once you get older, it's more about the person you are. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. No, for sure. Okay. Yeah. No, I love that you started off with that. That's amazing, because you jumped straight to beauty, and like you didn't even think about it twice. You said, well, we're talking about the soul. We're talking about, you know, a beautiful soul, rather than beauty and looks. Because when I asked that question, I approached that in looks, but you said straight away beautiful soul, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I guess, yeah, you kind of jumped ahead, because I didn't think you were going to say that. So I guess that a lot of women, you know, it's going to sound weird because you're my sister, but women are beautiful, right?
Right.
And a lot of girls, a lot of young women, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but they struggle with insecurity in their looks. They struggle with insecurity, maybe even in their character.
Yeah.
Why does that happen so much nowadays? And do you feel like it happens more now, more than it did back then?
It could possibly happen more now, because you got like the Instagram models, you got like the famous TikToker people.
Yeah.
You got people that are beautiful and they're online and they have all these like thousands of followers, you know.
Yeah.
And girls are looking at these girls and being like, how can I look more like her? How can I be more like her?
Yeah.
But even like back then, I mean, I was looking up to like Selena Gomez and Taylor Swift and, you know, all these other people. But yeah, I think it happens more now because everybody's on technology. Yeah. You know, you're constantly on technology. Like, yeah.
So how do you stop? Is there a way to stop that comparison? Or did you ever battle with that, with comparing yourself to other girls and trying to match that because you thought that was the standard of beauty? That's what it meant to be a beautiful person, beautiful woman.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure other girls do too. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you still do that, or is there a way to overcome that?
I don't know how to answer that. Cause I mean, I guess I do. Like I look up like. For me, it's makeup. You know, I love makeup. And I took a break, you know, from not wearing makeup because I wasn't feeling well. And then I had to, like, look up, like, what are the makeup looks, you know? Like, what I want to stay in trend. I don't want to, like, start, like, I guess, I want to stay in trend.
I getcha.
You know?
Yeah, I get it. It's kind of an unfair question to really ask. I guess a better way to ask this is that girls, young women that are struggling with insecurity on their looks, struggling with insecurity on their character, thinking that they have to dress a certain way, look a certain way, talk a certain way to attract a guy, or just to feel good about themselves. Like, what advice would you give them? What advice would you tell them?
Stay true to yourself.
Uh-huh.
Do what makes you happy. Dress the way it makes you happy.
Uh-huh.
Whatever makes you comfortable. If you okay.
Go for it.
You don't gotta impress the guy,
Uh-huh.
You don't have to go and win their attention or go and win let the guy come to you, if he really, why are you, I'm sorry, okay.
Go for it.
Don't chase a guy.
Okay.
For girls, I don't think they should be chasing guys.
Okay.
And I think if a guy chases you or you get their attention.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Go for it. That's it.
If the guy gets your attention.
Uh-huh.
If the guy
It's like
okay.
Uh-huh.
If the guy, how do I say this? The guy chases you.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be more of a damn, we're gonna have to cut this out.
That's it. It's okay.
There was a TikTok thing that I had watched.
Okay.
And it was this girl saying that be with somebody that is more in love with you.
Uh-huh.
So the guy has to be more in love with the girl.
Okay.
No, the guy has to be more... Did I say that right?
Yes.
The guy has to be more in love with the girl. Because that's mostly how relationships work. Because he's willing to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
He's willing to change, or he's willing to, not just cut you off. If you're not... The guy is not head over heels for you. It's going to be he can cut you off. He can be you're not it for me. I'm done. Uh-huh. But if if this guy is loving you, or he's, oh my God, I don't even know. My head is
You're spinning right now.
Spinning right now.
It's okay.
I didn't think about this really.
Uh-huh. So, you started off with saying stay true to yourself.
Right.
So does that mean to not...
I think the girl should do her.
Okay.
The girl do you.
So just focus on yourself. Don't be trying to dress a certain way, talk a certain way just to impress a guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny you say about the girls not chase the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But as guys, we're taught to not chase the girl. How does that work out? Oh, I love it.
Really? You were taught not to chase the girl?
I guess not to chase the wrong girl. There you go. Because we're taught to pursue the right one, right? Pursue the godly woman. Pursue the woman that is good, mm-hmm. right? But if we pursue or chase the wrong girl, for men it leads to all sorts of trouble. That's that.
I can see it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just bring that up there. I had one more question for you on beauty standards here. And we probably kind of covered it a little bit, but if you can reiterate, how does a woman find her value? And where should a woman find her value from?
Herself. That one's a tough question. Because, I think everybody goes through this moment where, they're... don't feel valued.
Uh-huh.
It's hard...
And go ahead.
It's hard. I don't know. How can you look in the mirror and be I value myself? Because you look in the mirror and you see the flaws. You see, I could be doing more, or I don't know. Being a woman is hard.
Being a woman is hard. Yeah.
Being a girl is hard.
No, I get you. If you were to reverse that question on me and ask me how does a man find value, I think that the way I would answer that, it's a loaded question, isn't it? Mm-hmm. First off, I'd have to start with God. I think that originally my value to a woman or even my family at some point is what you can provide, right? I think me and Angel have talked about that.
Right.
So that's where I guess the stem of men's value comes from. But at a personal level and a soul level, your value comes from God, right? Knowing that you're created in His image, knowing that He loves you, from the moment you were born, and even before you were born, right, in the womb. And then that's how I would answer that. Just the value comes from God. And then if we're just talking about, relationships, family wise, I think the value of man comes from, that knowing what you can provide and how you can provide. So I guess when I ask you that question, how does a woman find value? I mean, should a woman find value in, we already covered not comparing yourself to others, right?
Yeah.
I guess my thing is that I find that a lot of women nowadays, they post on Instagram, they post on social media to get all this attention. And it's not necessarily good attention, because I feel like they're trying to bring value to themselves. And thinking that if they get this many likes, this many comments, this many DMs, that somehow brings value. Do you find that's true?
Yeah, because it makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah. And is that right?
No.
It's not right.
No, but it's I don't know what the word for it is, but no, it's not right. I mean, I don't think it's going to go away, because that feeling, you feel valued at that second because you're getting all this attention.
Yeah.
But once that goes away, then what? You're back at where you were at.
Score one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that question for me is like, because I feel like once you become a mom, once you become a mom, everybody is just like mom questions. Not that your motherhood questions, but like just mom, like.
You're calling me out, I see.
Like.
You're telling me my questions stunk.
Like, I'm more than a mom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a mom, but I feel like I am more than a mom.
Yeah.
And so the value questions is like, are we talking about being valued as a mom, or are we being valued as a person?
Okay.
As before I was a mom, or like,
okay,
I guess separating those two.
Gotcha.
Because that question was like.
Okay, so let's ask it that way.
Okay.
Let's just separate for a moment the motherhood and the woman. How do you find value as just a woman?
I'm trying to still find value.
There you go. All right, how do you find value in a mom? Being a mom.
Making sure my kids are taken care of.
Yeah.
They're happy, bathed and fed, and I give them my attention.
Yeah.
I'm not letting them like do whatever they want. I'm spending time with them. So
yeah.
If I feel like I'm doing a good job raising them, then I feel value.
Yeah. And I don't mean this in any negative way at all, but I feel like you can combine the two, because that is, I think, the original nature of a woman, is to be that caretaker, to be nurturing, to be able to have that ability to raise their kids in the right way. Mm-hmm. And I am putting no downfall on that. I think me and Angel have talked about that. That's something a woman can do way better than a man can do. Mm-hmm. And it's a struggle for a guy. It can be possible. It can be done. But it's going to be a lot more difficult, because mothers just have that natural care. Women have that natural care.
Yeah.
So is it fair to put those two together, or you still think no?
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard to put those two together, because I'm still trying to find out who I am as an individual.
Okay.
I guess.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It does.
Okay.
All right. So our next topic, overcoming adversity, overcoming challenges. In life, there's many different trials that we face every day, whether big or small, whether it's something with health, relationships, it could be whatever. And so the question that I asked Angel and the question I'm going to ask you is that, how do you deal with stress when the world seems like it's on your shoulders, when everything seems like it's caving in, when things are, just too hot to handle right now, or look as if they're too hot to handle? I mean, how do you deal with that stress?
You know what? To be honest, I don't know.
No?
I don't know how I deal with stress. I think I talk to you.
Uh-huh.
I talk to Mel, Jenna, Mom. You know, Angel, of course, I talk to Angel, and Angel is usually the one that helps me de-stress. Like, he, like, listens to me, and he gives me these different categories, I guess. He gives me, like, these different, like, I could see it this way, or I can see it this way.
Yeah.
Because I don't have anything, like, you know, how I know Angel said he plays video games or he draws.
Yeah.
I don't really have a thing that I put my attention to. Like, you know, I tried crocheting.
Yeah.
And then I tried...
You still doing that?
I took a break.
Okay.
Okay, because it was hard and I got frustrated.
Gotcha.
So I took a break from that. But,
when's the mic?
I have a hard time, like, you know, sticking to one thing, sticking to one hobby, or, like, trying to get my stress out on something. So mine is probably talking to people.
Okay.
Talking to my family.
Yeah.
And listening to their opinions, and I guess...
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Because then, like, they can tell me if I am being too... If I'm overthinking it.
Okay.
I guess. If I'm overthinking it, or they give me different solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, and I agree with that 100% because that just goes down to people that bottle up these things and don't talk about it. You know, it becomes and ends up becoming a burst of anger, depression, you know, because you're afraid to let those things out. But like you said, you're probably not that you're not necessarily dealing with stress or trying to overcome that, but you have that remedy of, hey, I am free to go and talk to so-and-so. I am free to reach out to so-and-so and just to talk about it, just to get it off your chest, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a terrific way to go. And we're going to segue into that. Like, who do you look up to the most for guidance in that? And I'm going to go first real quick, if you don't mind. So, like, when I feel stressed out, when I feel super, you know, the weight of the world is on my shoulders and my head's filled with chaos, you know, my first thing is... again, like you, to talk to family, and then I have my prayer time, right? Which is usually in the morning. Talk to God and help to de-stress a little bit, but and then work. I guess that's a way I de-stress too, is through the kids and Skyhawks. That's a huge way, because the kids just bring. I mean, obviously, you know, they bring you joy, right? Just hearing about their day, just hearing about all the fun things that they can talk about all day. You know, I love it. But to jump back to the original question, who do I look up to for guidance? I would say, I don't mean to steal it, but mom and dad, right? I don't mean to steal it from you, but mom and dad, Melly and Jenna, and you, right? I do look to you for guidance on certain things. So your answer might be the same as mine, but who do you look to them up to the most for guidance? Yeah, grandma.
Yeah, mine was grandma, because, like, I don't know, grandma knew. She knew. I don't know. She went through it, or she had experience with it, I guess. And I always took grandma's word, you know, like, she just made me feel better. So if I was stressed, it was like grandma would be the first person I would talk to. Yeah. Because she could get my headspace clear, I guess.
So could you think of a time where you had a lot of doubt and fear and how you overcame that?
Doubt and fear?
Yeah. Possibly when Scarlett was born?
It's going to go back to, like, being a mom.
Okay. Sorry, we're separating those two. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Oh, put your notebook back there.
Go ahead.
Like postpartum depression.
Okay, talk about that. What is that?
It's
a woman thing. I'm joking. She's my sister. Yeah, I can message her like this.
I'm about to push your microphone off too.
Go.
So, like, once you have a baby, all these hormones. I don't. You're gonna have to look up, like, the specific of what postpartum depression. But for me, after I had the baby, we moved back. Okay, from Washington when I got pregnant. We moved back to El Paso. Yeah. And we lived with Angel's family, but it was hard for me. You know, after it was like I didn't want to. You know, I didn't agree with moving back to El Paso. I didn't want to do it. Yeah. And so I was angry. I was scared because I was leaving all you guys. And once I had Scarlett, you know, me and Angel were very rocky. Like, honestly, I think we did take a break when she was probably like maybe 2 months maybe. And I moved in with Grandma. Because I wasn't getting help. Yes, I was getting help with the baby, but nobody was taking care of me.
Okay.
You know, I didn't know how to. Nobody told you. Like, nobody came to me and be like, all these hormones are gonna come in. You're gonna start losing your hair. You're gonna start, you know, feeling like you can't do it. You know, it was just, the postpartum depression was a really dark time for me.
Okay.
I felt alone. I was scared. And it was probably my fault too, because I shut people out. I didn't want anybody to know how I was feeling, because I didn't know it was normal. It was, the postpartum depression was a thing.
Okay.
So I thought I was feeling it like this just because I was missing home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was angry, sad. I was depressed. It was hard, you know. It was like that. It was like a tunnel. Yeah. Like, I was like so deep in a hole, and nobody knew a thing.
Yeah. When was this?
When I had Scarlett.
Okay.
So she was like a newborn, probably like all the way up to like when I was living in El Paso. Because it was like, I was lonely. Yeah. Yeah, like all my friends, you know, they didn't have kids. So, and then when they went to invite me out, I was depressed. I didn't want to go out. Yeah. You know, and then I had to be home at a certain time because, like, I needed to feed Scarlett. And then Angel, you know, not really. Sorry, babe. Don't want to.
Go for it.
He didn't support us.
Okay.
You know, it was hard. Like, he was going through his own thing, but I was going through mine, and I feel like I needed help because I felt like I was the only one raising her at that time. Yeah. Like, I felt like I was the only one learning. You know, he had his video games. He had his video games, and he had his friends. And when we moved back down to El Paso, I only had him. Okay. And he was like, kind of like.
He felt distant?
Yeah. Like, he let.
Not purposely, but just the way it landed.
But he was doing, I guess, the way he could feel. But, like, yeah, he had his family, he had his friends, and his video games. Okay. And then it was just, and then the way I felt, it was just me and Scarlett. Okay. Like, I moved all the way to El Paso for what? You know, to feel like this. So.
So then how did you overcome that?
You know what? I'm going to say when we moved back to Washington. Yeah. When I moved back to. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, I never overcame it. I'm like, all right. Let's have a therapy session. I'm just kidding. Oh. No, but
yeah. Like, I think when me and Angel actually decided to work things out, you know, like, he decided to actually start taking care of us, start taking care of us and start putting us first other than himself. And then I was able to, like, bounce back and be happy. And I gotcha. Does that make sense?
I love that. Yeah.
And then with Sophie, I didn't get postpartum depression, but I got, like, postpartum rage. Rage. Oh. Where I was just angry. You know, I didn't know why. I had anger. Okay. Right after I had Sophie. I couldn't stand the house being a mess. Yeah. I couldn't stand just certain things. Little things, yes. Little things would tick me off. And I didn't know postpartum. I knew to, like, be prepared for the postpartum depression. Yeah. But when the rage came, I was like, holy crap, is this normal? Because why am I so angry? It felt like. Sorry, Mom. You know how Mom used to get? Yeah. That's how I got.
Anger.
Yeah.
I see.
But it was like little things that would make me tick. Anything, if somebody said something wrong, you know, or not wrong, if someone said something and I took it the wrong way, I'd just bite their head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then poor Angel too. Like,
it's like the brunt of it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
No, for sure.
But that went away. Net. Our
aunt?
Yes, our aunt. She really helped me with Scarlett and Sophia.
Yeah.
She would come over, spend time with me, take care of me and the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So just to tie all this together, you know, motherhood, beauty standards, and overcoming adversity. The biggest thing for you has been support. The people around you and have been good to you and have been a guidance to you, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's awesome. I think a lot of people don't have that. And not saying that it's bad that you do, because obviously I just said it's not. It's great that we do, but a lot of people don't have that. So what would you recommend to somebody that doesn't have all that support around them, and they feel like in those shoes where, dang, I feel alone. I don't know how I'm going to do this. What advice would you give them?
God, Bruce, that's hard. I think everybody needs to surround themselves with good people.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like blood related, like even friends.
Yeah.
If a friend can come over and, you know, be your support, be your cheerleader.
Yeah.
You know, so you're not alone. Like, you need to surround yourself with good friends, good people around you that can
support you.
Yeah.
Can be with you. Yeah. Yeah, and that's mega important. And guys, that kind of ties the whole series together, is that the support is super important. And I talked about that in Life Lessons and a Crazy Lady. That's episode number 2 podcast. Is that support around you, you know, whether it's a close friend, whether it's somebody that you can just reach out to and that you know is going to answer just to hear you. Super important to have somebody, and those are good people to have in your life, and you should definitely stick close to those people because they're going to be there in the hardest times. And like you said, they'll tell you when you're right and when you're wrong, and just give you that guidance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Amazing. Alrighty. Shannon, our world, we're coming to the end here, but our world, why does the people nowadays seem so depressed and have no direction?
I feel like you asked this on one of your other podcasts.
I did.
You did, huh?
I don't know.
And I think the majority said because it's lack of God.
Lack of God. Do you believe that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, and I think it's lack of God, and as well as like lack of. Dang it! I had the word. I had the word and it slipped.
Yeah.
Of like. Shoot, Bruce.
Moral character, moral value.
Like the way you're raised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's just like the way you're raised. Like, ask me the question again.
Okay. So why is it that our generation, or not, I'm just saying our generation, like people nowadays, why does it feel like a lot of people are so depressed and a lot of people seem that they have no direction?
We're just going to stick with the answer. Lack of God.
Lack of God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's great. No, it's not great. But that's not great. It's just, sorry. It's good to hear that, yes, because there being a presence of God changes the lives of people.
Yes.
Right? And I think that's super important. That's something that's amazing that I can look at it from episode 1 to episode number 7, and Angel, Sean, Brianna, and yourself have all said the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's a lack of God. And people might say, well, you're asking a bunch of Christians. Well, not necessarily. You guys all came from different backgrounds, and you guys all say the same thing. So I don't think it discounts, and I think there's value to that answer. Yeah. That our world has a lack of God in it.
Mm-hmm. Or even it's like okay, say if you're not Christian.
Okay.
Like, you can just be like, oh my God, Bruce.
Go.
It could be like, people are so mean nowadays. You know, they're so negative, they're so mean, they just want to be hateful.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. Like, you look on the news and it's like killings or road rage. I mean, here, you know, San Antonio is like, that's all you get is road rage. Mm-hmm. And people just being awful.
Angry, yeah.
To each other. So.
Yeah. And I felt like that's comes back to that, having a lack of guidance in your soul, in your spirit.
Yeah.
I think that's the answer. I really do, and I really believe that. You know, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I've been every morning. I got a new book. It's called On Our Knees by Phil Wickham. Mm-hmm. It's a devotional book, but every day I've been learning something new about prayer life and about God. Just about how we can come to Him in prayer, asking for certain things, not treating Him like a genie, but rather knowing the power of God and what He can do, what He's already done, and that He's near to us, and He knows us even in our lowest times, even in our highest times. And I think for us, and I think I could speak on behalf of the people I've had on here, mm-hmm. that has been monumental to their character, knowing that wherever they've been, to the lowest of low, to the highest of high, that God's been there. So that's allowed them to have that guidance of character.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Amazing. All right. So that brings us to our last segment of the day, and that is my favorite segment of the day. You ready?
The hot seat question.
It's called the hot seat questionnaire. The hot seat questions, guys. So these questions, Shannon, are going to be either yes or no answers. They're going to be this or that answers, or you might have to elaborate on some of them and a few of them. It's up to you if you want to elaborate, but I just want quick answers.
Okay.
Ready?
Whew, yeah.
Amazing.
You already have my head spinning right now.
Let's go. All right. So the hot seat questions. 3, 2, 1. Pancakes or French toast?
Pancakes.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
Does God care for mankind?
Yes.
Is lust the same as love?
No.
Do you have perfect peace?
Do I have perfect peace?
Do you have perfect peace?
No. I don't know.
Amazing. Are majority of people angry?
Yeah.
Will Donald Trump be the next president?
I told you no politics. I told you no politics.
You can answer the question?
Well, I hope so, I guess.
Amazing.
Okay.
All right. Do you have a favorite kid?
No.
Do you believe in ghosts?
You know what? I want to say yes, but I'm reading the Bible right now, and I don't think no.
Okay.
But my other, like, I'm still reading. I'm still, like, you know, I'm barely reading the Bible. Okay. But I want to say yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah. Does
Yes
that make
and no?
sense? Yes and no. Because, like, before I read the Bible, I believed in ghosts. But now that I read the Bible, I don't think they exist.
No?
I think they're... I don't know. I think they're demons.
Demons? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
Interesting.
Okay. Do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts? No. No. I believe there's spiritual things out there. I believe there is angels and there is demons. But as far as like a ghost from Christmas past, or like you know, your grandmother's a ghost or something like that, you know, no, I don't.
Okay.
Do most people overreact?
Yes.
Are most men today beta or alpha? You want to repeat the question?
Angel's a an alpha, but
Okay.
I think most men are betas nowadays.
Most men are betas?
Yeah, because I don't think if me and Angel were not to work out and I had to go back into the dating pool, I could not
No.
date these men. No.
Last question. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, but I'm like extremely nervous. I think the whole podcast is like.
No, I love it. Yeah, those hot seat questions are my favorite. They kind of get you thinking and your brain stirring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the other questions got my brain stirring. Like
Yeah.
my answers are like all over the place.
No, you're good. It's all good. You know, the purpose of this podcast is to give people a platform to talk about their opinions, share their life, share story. My tagline: share life, share stories, encourage others. And I think you accomplished that today. So
thank you.
I'm proud of you for that. Good job.
Thank you. I was telling Angel, I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to do a podcast because I'm like mostly like simple answers. Like I can't tell you like, oh, how is it to be a mom? Like it was terrifying at first. Like you wanted me to elaborate. Yeah. And I was like, I don't like sharing my my life. You know, I guess my life or my opinions.
I get you.
Cause like I don't know,
you like to
keep my stuff to my group.
I
guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
But
that's not a bad thing.
But no, I think your podcast is really. I mean, people can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I hope so.
I hope you keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I really do enjoy it. It's something that I look forward to. It's been since Skyhawks did start. It's been a little bit of a struggle just because I'm trying to, make time for certain things and all that. But I can definitely make time. And if I say I can't make time, I feel like I'm making excuses at that point. Yeah. So, we'll see where this goes, guys. But yeah, guys, we're at episode 7. And I'm super thankful. Let me say it one more time. Super thankful to you guys. We're at 20 subscribers currently. Over 500, almost 800, almost 1,000 views at this point. And I'm just super grateful, super thankful. And all grace, all glory to God. Because I don't know how that would, how it would be without him. And, special thanks to my family, my sister Shannon for coming on board. Super proud of her. Like she said earlier, it took a lot to get on this podcast, but I'm glad you came and you did really good. Thank you. I'm glad you came on because I wanted people to know you, right? Yeah. I mean, a lot of my friends, a lot of people that have watched this know that you're my sister, but haven't really got an insight to who you are. And so, just some closing remarks. Shannon, again, thank you for coming on. Super proud of you. You raised my nieces really well, and you're a really good mom.
Thank you.
And a great sister.
Thank you. Where's my paycheck?
You're welcome. Amazing. Mind your business. All right. Other than that, guys, that wraps us up. Shannon, any closing remarks? Any shout-outs?
Shout-outs?
Shout-outs, closing remarks?
Shout out to Scarlett and Sophie.
And your husband?
Oh, and Angel.
Yeah, guys. There you go.
Yeah.
Anything else? Your Instagram tagline?
No, you can just put it up there.
Amazing. Yeah. Okay.
But I hope you keep doing this. And I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
For, keeping on and getting a schedule going. Yeah. And you're very comfortable in front of a microphone. You know that? Yeah. Yeah, like this is like your thing.
There you go. It's taking a lot of practice. I'm not say practice. Yeah, I'll say practice. Yeah. A lot of practice, I guess. Yeah, that's it. But it's just Bruce. That's all. It's just Bruce. It's just Bruce. Nothing to be all crazy about. You know what I mean, right?
Nothing to be all. I should be asking these questions and just asking you different questions.
Yeah. You have any questions for me?
Let me see. You want the hot seat questions, like the hard questions?
If you want to.
Dang it, Bruce.
You want my book?
Yeah, give me your book.
We have a little bit of time to spare. I have my love letters in there too, so don't scroll too before.
I know, I accidentally.
You have?
I did. Okay. Anyways, do you have a favorite kid?
I don't have kids.
Niece.
Do I have a favorite niece?
Yeah.
No. Go.
Do you have a favorite sibling?
No.
Do you have a favorite parent?
No.
Do you think most people overreact?
Yes.
Do you overreact?
Oh, do I overreact? Yeah. I used to. I used to overreact on a lot of things, and I still catch myself doing that to this day. Sometimes things will get overwhelming for me and frustrating. And then I kind of turn back and I'm like, dude, why are you overreacting? Like, you've done this before, or you can get through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did overreact, yeah, back then.
Okay.
Are most men today beta or alpha?
Beta.
Yep.
Beta male.
Let's see. Do you have any more questions? Oh, there they are. Winter or summer?
No. I don't know. This summer has really changed my mind. I gotta go winter.
You know, they said that it's supposed to be the coldest winter.
I'm ready for it. It's 100 degrees outside. It's awful.
Okay. Let me see. Is lust the same as love?
Nope.
Do you have perfect peace?
Do I have perfect peace? That stuns a lot of people.
What kind of question is that?
Perfect peace. Yes.
You do?
I do.
Huh. I wonder if I answered this wrong then.
Go.
Are majority of people angry?
Yes.
Will Donald Trump be president again?
I believe so.
And then what did I say? Pancakes or French toast?
Oh, pancakes.
Dang, man, I'm hungry now.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Put me on the hot seat. Easy. I'm just kidding. No.
You want harder questions?
No. Well, it's because I know all these questions you're going to ask me. That's why. But if you were to write your own, I'd probably be a little bit stunned.
Yeah.
But that's funny. But anyways. Alrighty.
What does being an uncle mean to you?
What does being an uncle mean to me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good question. Well, we're out of time, so I'm just kidding. No. I'll answer the last question. So, what does being a great uncle mean to me?
Yeah, being an uncle.
A great uncle?
A great uncle.
Not like a great uncle, not like old, but like a great uncle, like there's an uncle, I can be your uncle.
Oh, you're saying you're a great uncle. Okay.
Yeah. Loving that kid.
Uh-huh.
Being there for that kid. And being able to bring joy or happiness to that kid's life. Boom.
Bam. All right.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's what being a great uncle means to me. Love you, Scarlett. Love you, Sophia. Anyways, alrighty, guys. So that wraps us up. This has been BP Productions, episode number 7. And I thank you again. We will see you later. Season 2 coming up. I will release on my socials where that's going to be at, or even that that's going to happen. But, let me know if you guys are into it. I love you guys. And Shannon, thank you for coming on again.
Thank you for having me.
But alrighty, we'll see you guys later.